Just look at her, talking to Jungkook like she belongs in his world. She said, not moving her eyes away from you, who was talking to your senior while these bunch of your classmates standing at a distance judging you for that. Yeah, as if someone like her could ever get close to him. She's just a pathetic wannabe. They chuckled, making fun of you. But out of them, Heejin, who was not liking this thing at all, smirked. She thinks she's special because he's paying attention to her. It's about time someone put her in her place. Meena, who is already your enemy, leaned forward and spoke in a low tone. Maybe we should remind her where she really stands. They all shared a glance at each other before smiling. It's going to be fun. Let her enjoy her time. She will soon know where she stands. They all walked away from the cafeteria. Meanwhile, you and Jungkook were talking about something personal. Even though no one knows about your marriage, but you both get along well in the university as well. You talk to each other whenever get a chance. So, are you planning to continue this so that your parents and also mine thinks that I'm not taking care of you and that I'm an irresponsible husband? You avoid looking at him as he sounds strict, and that's because he was mad at you because you are ignoring your health because of studies and recently you fainted during a family dinner. From that day, he became extra careful and make sure you eat well, but these days he found out that you're skipping meals and this made him mad at you, as you are just like a child who has to be under someone's watch all the time. No one say anything, it was only 2 times. Why are you getting mad at me? He scoffed, looking at you unbelievably. You don't accept your mistakes, right? You looked at him while pouting. Okay, I won't do that again. Don't be angry. I'll take care of that. He sighed to calm himself. Forget that. I will do it myself. You're under my watch from now on. You smiled as you know he's always caring and loving when it comes to you. Thank you so much. So, can I have your banana milk then? He looked at you shocked. Why do you want my banana milk? Because I want to drink it and they're running out of banana milk, so I can't buy it. Kyoken spoke when he didn't say anything and was looking confused, maybe thinking whether to give his most favorite thing to you or not. You said you'll take proper care of me and you can't even give me your banana milk? That's hypocrisy. He sighed and slid the bottle towards you. Take it. You were surprised as hell because he can share anything but not his banana milk. That's how you always find out he loves you more than his dearest drink. I was just joking, you can drink it. He looked at you puzzled. Why did you ask when you didn't want it? You smiled. I was just testing how much you loves me and there's no better way than this. He shook his head. You are weird. You chuckled and opened the bottle before taking a sip and then gave it to him. I heard that your love increases when you eat or drink someone's tainted food. Then we are going to eat from one plate from now on. He said, taking a sip from his bottle. You smiled. Even better. Before he could respond, the bell rang, signaling the end of lunch. You both gathered your things. See you after the class. I have a match. I wish I could see that, but I have finance class. It's okay, you can watch and cheer for me in the big match. You nodded and you both headed towards your respective classes. While you were walking down the hallway, someone pushed you hard from behind. The push was strong enough that you almost fell but managed to stop yourself by grabbing onto the pillar. When you turned around to see who had pushed you, you saw Mina, Soyeon, and Heejin standing there with smug, satisfied expressions on their faces, indicating that they were the ones who pushed you and that they did it on purpose to bully you. Oops, didn't see you there, Mina said with mock innocence. Maybe you should watch where you are going, Soyeon said with sarcasm. You clenched your fist trying to keep your composure. What do you want? Heejin stepped closer and narrowed her eyes. We want you to stay away from Jungkook. You are not good enough to be around him. You understood the whole matter, but you were not afraid of them. I can talk to whoever I want. You don't get to decide that. Mina grabbed her arm tightly. Listen, you little nobody. Jungkook's way out of your league. You are just making a fool of yourself. You jerked her hand away from your arm, adding fuel to their anger. They couldn't digest the fact that you don't seem scared at all. You think I'm making a fool of myself? At least I have the courage to be myself, unlike you, who's just jealous, insecure bully. Mina's expressions turned icy. She couldn't digest this insult. You think you're so tough, don't you? Let's see how tough you really are. Before you could do anything, they jumped at you angrily. You tried to defend yourself, but they wouldn't stop, attacking you together. In the middle of the fight, something cut into your hand, causing sharp pain. A painful groan left from your mouth, and when you saw your wrist, you realized that one of them slit your skin with a pin. Luckily, it wasn't that deep, but still blood started to come out. You cried out, holding onto your bleeding hand as they finally stopped, pleased with what they have done. Maybe now you'll learn. And they all left from there, leaving you dealing with the pain they caused. You went to the nurse room to get your wound treated. Over the next few days, the bullying intensified. The girls would trip you in the hallways, spread rumors about you, and make cruel comments whenever they saw you with Jungkook, even though you always tried to give the response in their way, but they were too stubborn to come out of their habits. You did your best to hide the bruises and keep your pain to yourself, not wanting to burden Jungkook with your problems. You thought you'll handle everything by yourself, but things were getting out of hands now. But after a while, Jungkook started noticing things. He noticed how you flinched at sudden movements, how you avoided certain hallways, and how you seemed to shrink into yourself more and more each day. His concern grew, but he knew you were hesitant to open up. He tried to find the cause on his own, but he failed. He never thought that bullying can be a thing in college. All are mature and grown-ups, but he forgot no one shares the same brain as him. Jungkook was passing through the hallway when he noticed you standing in front of your locker but struggling to open it as your hands were trembling. He approached you quietly. Let me help. You got a little surprised to see him. You step aside, allowing him to open the locker for you. You need to get it changed. This seems jammed. I'll give an application. Yes, I've been struggling for a month with this. He opened it and looked at you. These days you always look lost, and even at home you're different and lost, which made him concerned about you. Wyan, are you sure you are not hiding anything from me? Your heart dropped when he said that. It was hard for you to meet his gaze, and that's why you were avoiding to look at him. Yes, everything is fine. Then say it looking in my eyes. He looked at him and gulped. Why are you getting concerned over nothing? I told you I'm fine. It's just exams are coming up, so. He grabbed your hand, but you hissed, making him immediately leave your hand. He got more worried. You quickly look down and cover your hand with your sleeve. Are you hurt there? You resist, but he grabbed your hand and pulled back your sleeve, only to find dark marks stuck against your skin. His expression darkened as he looked at you while you lowered your eyes. Who did this to you? His voice was filled with rage. I just got a cut, Jungkook. You tried to pull your hand back, but he didn't leave it and made you look at him. You could see tears and anger in his eyes. Don't you dare to lie to me, Ryan. I will find it out anyways. You looked away while tears filled in your eyes. It's just some girls from my class. Don't worry, I'll handle them. No, I'm going to handle this now. I can't believe you have hid such a big thing from me. He turned to leave. His body was shaking with anger. You grabbed his hand, stopping him. I have complained about them, Jungkook. Professor will take action against them. Jungkook turned towards you. They will do their job and I'm going to do mine. I'll make them realize that they messed up with the wrong person. I won't let them go away with a mere punishment for what they did to my wife. They have to pay for it. He walked away, not listening to you while you ran after, knowing as you were well aware of his anger and didn't want him to do anything that can put him in trouble as well. Jungkook, stop. Haejin was putting a bandage on Mina's nose while she was groaning in pain and cursing you. It happened because of that. I swear I'll take my revenge for this. Can't you be a little gentle? It hurts. She shouted at her. She pushed you and you got hit on the nose. You should have taught her a lesson. Suddenly the door opened with a loud thud, grabbing everyone's attention. They all looked in the direction and Jungkook walked inside angrily. He scanned the classroom when his eyes fell on Mina and her group. They got surprised to see him. You finally came in as well and looked at Jungkook. Jungkook, please no, it's not your matter. He looked at you. It's definitely mine if it's related to you. Mina and her friends got up from their seats when Jungkook approached them, taking long strides. What's the matter with you all? Mina and her group looked at each other. They realized you must have told everything to him. Every student who were in the class was watching everything curiously. What are you talking about? She tried to play innocent because she likes Jungkook, and not only her but mostly every girl in the university has their eyes on him. But he doesn't give a damn about anyone except you. You seem to have a very short memory, I see. That's why you all do such cheap things, right? Soyeon rolled her eyes. Mind your own business, Jungkook. This doesn't concern you. Jungkook's gaze hardened. Actually, it does. You have crossed a line. Mina scoffed. Or what? You'll defend this nobody? Without warning, Jungkook grabbed her wrist tightly. He was unable to hold his anger back while she was shocked to see this side of him. You and your friends need to understand something very clearly. No one, and I mean no one, has the right to harm my wife. Mina's eyes widened in surprise, and not only her but everyone who were present there, even you. He just revealed your marriage without any hesitation. Soyeon and Haejin exchanged nervous glances, realizing that they have provoked the wrong person. If any of you ever lay a hand on her again, there will be consequences. Do I make myself clear? Veena nodded quickly. She doesn't want to mess up with you anymore. Yes, Jungkook. Jungkook released her wrist and looked at all three of them. Now apologize to her. They all looked at each other and they know they don't have other option. Meena looked at you. Sorry. They all said it, but you knew it was coming out of fear of Jungkook and not genuine, but you didn't care about it. Jungkook came near you, who was still shocked with what he just revealed a minute ago. If ever they repeated this or even say anything, just tell me, okay? You looked at him and nodded. But why did you tell everyone that we are married? Jungkook stood focused at the stove, plating the food he had just finished cooking, while you were standing beside him, still worried about what happened in the university. Jungkook paused for a moment but then continued pouring soup in a bowl and then walked towards the dining table carrying the dishes in his hands. He put everything on the table before turning towards you. He was calm as if it doesn't bother him while you were panicking. I didn't plan to reveal it like that, but when I saw what they did to you, I couldn't stay silent. They needed to understand that you're not alone, that you have someone who will stand up for you. You came near him. I understand, but now everyone knows. What if it causes more problems? He walked near you and cupped your face as he could understand your fear. You don't have to worry about anything as long as I'm here. Now no one will dare to even look at you knowing whom you belongs to. There's no shame in this wine. We are married and there's nothing to hide about it. You sighed as his words gave you confidence. Nothing can be done now, and thank you for everything. He pulled back his hands and crossed across his chest. But now I want to ask you, why did you hide such a big thing from me? Do you know how much it hurts me to see that you bear all that but didn't come up to me, as if you don't trust me? You shook your head. There's nothing like that, Jungkook. I just didn't want to bother you. I was handling them, so I thought not to involve you. I swear there was no other reason. I trust you with all my heart. Jungkook took a step closer to you, bridging the gap. I'm your husband, Ryan. I'm already involved in everything related to you. It would give me happiness if you come to me with your ups and downs. I want to protect you, to keep you safe. I know you are strong, but just for my happiness, please tell me everything from next time. You nodded. I will, and I'm sorry for hiding it. He hugged you. It's okay, by the way, you have disbalanced her nose, I guess. You chuckled. It was an accident, but I think it was a good one. He pulled back and laughed a little. Yes, now let's eat. I'm hungry. You nodded and you both walked near the table. Why there's only one plating for everything? You asked, confused before sitting on the chair. Jungkook smiled and looked at you. Because we are going to eat from the same plate. You know your love increases when you eat from the same plate. You chuckled. Wow, I wish I could have your memory. Then what are we waiting for? Let's dig in. You both smiled before starting to eat.